Hello friends, Michelle here, and today I'm going to be telling you about 5 different things that you probably assumed were vegan, but unfortunately aren't. The first one is photographic film, that film that we used to always have to use in our cameras to take photos, and we'd have to go and get it developed and wait a few days or at least a few hours to get our photos from the store. That stuff is actually made with gelatin in it, so it's not vegan, but luckily enough, we live in this century where digital cameras are everywhere. We have cameras on our phones, we have cameras on our computers, cameras are built in to everything we have, plus most of the cameras that are on the market these days are digital, and so those don't harm any animals, so stay digital, you guys. On a related note, something that's becoming really trendy these days are Polaroid cameras, which sadly are also not vegan. The film and the photographs that come out of them are made with gelatin, so scratch that off your wish list. And yeah, I discovered it when I was planning for my wedding, actually. I thought it'd be really cute to have some Polaroid cameras there that people could use to take photos, and then I realized, ooh, these are made with gelatin, which comes from animal skin and bones that have been boiled. Nasty stuff that I don't want at my wedding. Number 2 is tattoo ink, which might sound really surprising because you probably know a lot of vegans that have lots of tattoos. Seems to be a trend, but actually tattoo ink is often not vegan. It's possible to make it vegan, but most tattoo ink is made, I think, with a charcoal that's made from burnt up animal bones. So not vegan. If you can, search for vegan-friendly tattoo parlors or see if they can source a vegan ink for you if you want to have the most conscious and ethical tattoos. Number 3 is soy cheese. What? You would think that soy cheese is made for vegans, but it's actually not always the case. A lot of soy cheeses out there still contain casein, which is a protein from milk, and they're made with soy mostly for people who are lactose intolerant or just to deceive the public. I don't know why they include milk products in soy cheese. I think it's the most frustrating thing in the world, but you'll get to know which brands are totally vegan, like Miyoko's and Dea and Follow Your Heart. There's all these brands that you can look for that you can kind of trust that all their products are vegan, but the ones that you don't recognize or don't already have that familiarity with, be sure to flip that product over and read the back and scan for casein, because casein is milk protein. You don't want to be eating that nasty stuff in your vegan cheeses. So cheese, watch out. The next thing you may not have considered isn't vegan is a lot of pills out there. And I'm not talking about medicine because that's a whole other topic. I actually have an article that I'll link below about how vegans grapple with the situation of medicine, because almost all medicine has been experimented on animals and involves animal testing and all sorts of stuff that obviously we don't want to be contributing to. But if you're sick and you need the medicine, goodness God, take it. But what I'm talking about here are pills that are in little gel capsules, because a lot of times those capsules could be on vitamins or anything else that you're taking are made with gelatin. Again, these animal skin and bones turn into gelatin, seeping into all our products. So annoying, but oftentimes, like if you're taking vitamin, you can find alternatives that aren't made in those gel capsules. So if you can easily make that little switch, it's just another simple way that you can just change a habit and benefit animals at the same time. And last but not least, and this is a really difficult one for me to grapple with, is plants. I love plants. I love having plants indoors. I love planting things outdoors, but when I moved into a new home and I started going to the store looking for soil and trying to grow a garden and bringing plants home, I realized that almost all soil out there, with the exception of a very, very small number of companies that are making veganic soils that are very difficult to get a hold of and pretty expensive, almost all soil contains animal products, animals themselves ground up, animal blood, all sorts of nasty stuff. Obviously, animal excrement. So most of the soils out there and the fertilizers and the growing stuff is made from animals. And this is something that's just kind of have to cope with. All of our vegetables are grown using animal products. We just live in an imperfect world, so even saying you're vegan, it's impossible to be perfectly removed from every instance of exploiting animals, unfortunately, in our world. And that's okay. What being vegan is about, is doing the best that we can and making the most conscious decisions that we can. But yeah, just be aware when you're buying like a plant at the grocery store, it probably has soil that might contain animal products. So if that disturbs you too much, you can just not buy it, or you can take the extra effort to buy seeds and buy veganic soil and plant them and grow them yourself. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of money. I'm not personally there yet. I have purchased plants from Trader Joe's without really thinking about it, but it's just something to be aware of. Like, I think the information can get out there and we can all be educated and mature enough to say, okay, I understand that there's not this perfectly clear line between vegan and not. It's impossible to perfectly remove ourselves from these animal industries altogether. So how are we doing the best that we can? But I wanted you guys to just be aware of these things that I've learned over the years that have really surprised me, things that I just never thought about before and was like, whoa. I am not making this video to discourage you or to make it seem like vegan is this difficult, impossible thing. You can reduce almost all the suffering you're contributing to just by swapping out what you're eating and what you're buying for your clothes, like major ongoing purchases throughout your life that you can just easily swap out, like cow's milk for almond milk, or meat for plant-based meats. There's such easy swaps that you can make that make a huge cumulative difference throughout your life. But these other little things are just good to be aware of, but don't worry about it, don't stress about it. There's no such thing as a perfect vegan. If you drive on the road, you're killing animals. If you fly on a plane, if you take Advil or any medicine, it was tested on animals. If you wear contact lenses, if you wear glasses, like everything that we do has an effect, and it is impossible to 100% remove ourselves from these industries that are so ingrained in our society and just causing harm in general. It's impossible. But what the word vegan means is that we're all trying to be as aware and conscious as we can of our actions, of how they impact others, and making the most conscious and compassionate choice every single time. And so this video is just to help you be a little bit more aware of things that you might not have considered otherwise, and the impacts on others. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay tuned to the future videos that I post here at the World of Vegan channel. And drop me a comment below, because I love hearing from you guys. So one of my favorite things is communicating with you in the comments below. So please drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Did you know all these things were non-vegan? Did you know, was there anything super surprising? I'd love to hear about it. Is there anything else I missed from this list that you were really shocked by? Love to hear it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful day. Bye.